I'm Jess Sargis, high-performance speaker, certified mental performance mastery coach, and your guide to mastering your mental game. I went from Ivy League trained attorney to undefeated MMA fighter and back again. Now I help high achievers in any field live with fierce agency, deep alignment, and the power to win consistently when it matters most. You can do it all when you train your mindset, energy, and focus like elite athletes. That's why this is the Legal Athlete Podcast, where each week I use neuroscience, performance psychology, and real-world battle-tested strategies to help you unlock sustainable excellence, bold decisions, and the courage to show up each day as the badass you are. Green light. Let's go. Welcome back to the Legal Athlete Podcast, where we explore what it takes to perform, lead, and live like an elite athlete inside and outside the practice of law. I'm your host, Jess Sargis, attorney, high-performance speaker, and your guide to becoming the best leader you've ever had. Most of us are trying to think our way into confidence, but what I want to talk about today is Amy Cuddy's research and the lived experience of every elite performer, which show that confidence is a behavior first and a feeling second. That's why today we're diving into something that helps you get into self-leadership mode faster than mindset work alone, and that's embodied agency. It's the practice of using your body to shift your mind, your confidence, and your internal state of leadership. Embodiment is one powerful way to put your fierce agency into action, and it's backed by a mountain of research. A lot of that research comes from Amy Cuddy. She's a psychologist, a former Harvard professor, and author of the best-selling book, Presence. She's responsible for some of the best quotes that help us understand and activate embodiment for our personal power. Quotes like, "Our bodies change our minds," or "Tiny tweaks can lead to big changes." My favorite, "You're not faking it till you make it, you're faking it till you become it." Or in other words, you're acting like a leader, and that helps you authentically start feeling like a leader on the inside. If you're intrigued by this, why wouldn't you be? This episode will help you truly understand what embodied agency means for your daily life and how it partners with your mindset work to help you stop going through the motions of life and start leading your life purposely and intentionally. So today you're going to learn how to lead yourself using the fastest, most reliable leadership tool you already have: your body. Green light, folks. Let's get into it. We'll start with some myths that we learned growing up, the lies that we inherited about what power really is. Because every mindset block, every crisis of confidence, every episode of overthinking you've ever had, it starts right here. Most of us were taught from childhood that power is external to us. Someone gives it to you, and someone can take it away, and you earn it by performing, by pleasing, by perfecting. You only deserve it after you've achieved enough gold stars. These messages have trained you to believe that your power lives outside of you, that someone else is the judge of your worth, that confidence arrives only after you've proven enough, not before. And the secret is that there's never enough. This is the exact conditioning that my fierce agency framework exists to break. And Amy Cuddy put a spotlight on these kinds of myths in her book, Presence. And it's one of my favorite books. I've marked it up. I've reread it over and over. Amy wrote there that having personal power is believing you are in control of your own actions and decisions. Not your boss, not opposing counsel, not the judge or your parents or the anonymous voice in the comments. It's you. You don't reclaim that power by just thinking differently. You reclaim it by behaving differently. So we're going to learn this truth. We're going to embody this truth instead. Power isn't granted, power is accessed. This is where embodied cognition, the science, really comes in. And Amy wrote about this again in Presence. Our bodies change our minds, and our minds can change our behavior. And our behavior is what changes our outcomes. It's biology, it's psychology, it's how elite performers operate. We've been taught that if we just think confident thoughts, then we'll act confident. But the truth and the science that Amy put in her book is so fascinating. The truth is that it's often the opposite. If you act confidently, your mind will follow and start to believe. So why does this work? It's because your brain takes cues from your body all day long, every day. Your posture tells your brain whether you're safe. Your breath, your breathing patterns and rhythms, they tell your brain whether you're threatened or calm. And your movement tells your brain whether you're capable. I love the way Amy puts it. Expanding your body expands your sense of personal power. She's talking about some of her power poses, but it's every aspect of your physiology. And here are some specific examples. Try this yourself if you want some proof. Some examples of how we give away some power, make ourselves small, like collapsing our shoulders or staring at our shoes, holding our breath even, or having a tight, closed off posture with our neck down and our elbows in. We're telling our body, I'm under attack. If you're trying this right now as you're listening, just feel how different, how immediately your stress level seems to peak when you make yourself small with that kind of body language, that kind of gaze direction. But let's experience when you shift those behaviors even slightly. When you do that, you're no longer signaling threat to yourself. You're signaling authority, capability, and access to your full self. You're not pretending. You're reclaiming a biological truth. As Amy put it in her book in one of her TED Talks, again, you're not faking it till you make it. You are faking it till you really become it. Let's connect that idea of presence and embodiment now to your own internal revolution. Declaring your independence from your conditioning and using your fierce agency to be the best leader you've ever had. This connects to multiple pillars of the fierce agency system, but perhaps most directly through pillar 2, action orientation. In Presence, Amy wrote that trusting yourself is the key to personal power, and that trust is built through action. That's what every athlete knows. I'm going to share this with you too. It's not your thinking, it's not your planning. Confidence is built, self-confidence is built, self-efficacy is built through action. This is why embodied agency is so powerful for lawyers and other high achievers. We've spent our lives training our brain to scan for threat, to anticipate failure, to prepare for what might go wrong. Often our bodies pay the price with a tight posture and shallow breath, clenched jaw, collapsed chest, even progressing to muscle and joint tightness and pain, headaches and migraine, grinding or even crushing our teeth. I've been guilty of that in the past. Spiking cortisol and decreasing our immune function. But the great news, the powerful antidote, is that your body can also be your fastest way back into the moment, into clarity, into the version of you who leads yourself and others with authentic presence, power, and authority. I'm going to be talking about this with the Society of Women Trial Lawyers later this morning, but I'm going to share it with you right now too. The way that you carry yourself is a source of personal power, and that's the kind of power that is the key to presence. presence, real grounded presence, is what allows you to perform at your best under pressure and feel the most confident while you're doing it. So let's finish up with some tips for making this embodied agency shift in your own life. First, let's let this truth sink in. You can behave your way into a more powerful identity. It's not pretense, it's alignment with who you want to be and what you want to do. The beauty is that really tiny changes, really tiny tweaks can lead to big results. When you shift your posture, your breath, your gaze, your movement, you create a new internal reality. Even just soften your tongue in your mouth right now. It's probably pressed into the roof of your mouth at the moment. And notice the immediate difference you feel in your tension level when you just soften that tongue into the middle of your mouth. It's immediate release of tension. When you change how you move and hold yourself, your brain updates its understanding of who you are, what you're capable of, and how you can lead. Once you align your actions and your body with how you actually want to live, both your mind and the world catch up. Here's a final simple practice that you can use before any hearing, presentation, negotiation, or tough conversation. It's just a 60-second embodied agency protocol. Let's try this. First, expand and ground yourself for 20 seconds. Stand with your feet solid, flat on the ground, your chest open, your shoulders back but soft, your spine long. This physically signals, I can handle this. Second, another 20 seconds. Breathe for composure and leadership. Use your physiological sigh. That's 2 inhales, a big inhale, a little extra inhale at the top to fully inflate your lungs, and a long exhale, at least an 8 count out. Do this once, twice, or 3 times, and that tells your nervous system, I'm safe. Third, level your gaze for 10 seconds. Just bring your eyes up, forward, and steady. Your brain interprets this as clarity and readiness. Next 10 seconds, choose your identity. Ask, who do I want to be in this moment? Are you confident? Are you calm? Are you courageous? Are you compassionate? Decide that. And then embody it with intention. We're going to take literally one slow, deliberate step forward. It's a powerful movement for your brain. It's just one step forward, one slow, simple step forward, and then stand in your expansive, grounded stance again. This is also a great time for your Wonder Woman or Superman power pose. Your feet planted shoulder width, hands on your hips, elbows out and wide, chest up, gaze up. Just following this behavior sequence is going to influence your biology, and that changes your belief about yourself, your internal confidence state. So try it before your next high-risk hearing or deposition or meeting and see what happens. Also, I'd love it if you start making it a habit. Do this sequence just for a minute, once a day for 2 weeks, and pay attention, really observe what happens to your body language and how confident you feel leading yourself on a daily basis. So thank you for joining me for today's episode on embodying your agency. It's one of the fastest ways to feel like and truly become the best leader you've ever had. Remember, all right, if you take nothing else away, remember this. Your power is not something you earn or something someone else grants you. It's something you access through your own behavior, your actions, and your presence. If today's episode resonated with you, share it with another high performer who needs this reminder, and make sure you're subscribed and following on your favorite platform. Reviews are great too. And if you want to go deeper into the science and practice of self-leadership through a keynote, a workshop, or executive coaching, reach out to me directly through the links in the show notes. Until next time, I'm Jess Sargis, and you're the boss of you. So act like it. Don't just live your life, lead it. That's a wrap. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Legal Athlete Podcast. If today's episode fired you up or gave you something to train with, hit follow, leave a review, and share it with a fellow high achiever who's ready to raise their game. Want to bring this energy to your team, firm, or event? Or are you ready to train for your next high-stakes moment with me directly? Click the link in the show notes to connect. I'm Jess Sargis, and I coach the bold, lawyers, leaders, and anyone ready to lead their life with fierce agency. Green light. Let's go.